I'm Jamie and welcome to Glowing Beauty Addiction. Welcome back if you're one of my subscribers, and a great big hello if you are one of my new subscribers. I do have a few of those, so welcome. On that note, I have some exciting news, and actually I'm gonna go get somebody to help share the exciting news. One moment. So this little man here, want to say hi? You want to say hi? This is Opie. He's the newest member of our family. He wanted to say hi to Bentley. Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Now, this little man, I'm very allergic to dogs. As you can tell, though, when you got somebody so cute, it's hard to stay away. He's not allowed to live in the house, but every now and then he comes in for some loves. And he's going to help me with my exciting news. Aren't you? Aren't you? I reached my goal of 500 subscribers. Yay! Can you say yay? Oh, maybe he wants to tell me the drama. Tell me all about it. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to him. Right? Oh. Yes, hello. So, what that means is I finally get to give away a Pop Lux highlighter of your choice. So, rules are going to be easy. Got to be over 18. Make sure you're subscribed here. Have your subscriptions open. You should follow me on Twitter, which is GlowingBeauty01. And because it's a Pop Lux highlighter, make sure you're subscribed to Pop Lux and him on Twitter, which is official80. Do you need to go out? So, okay, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Want to say bye-bye? No, you're like, what's all this stuff? He is a Black Lab German Shepherd cross, hence his little brindly paws. Aww. But I should let him go back out so then I don't get sick. So that was Opie. Before we get into what this video is about, my Swoop shout out today is for Ready to Glare. I adore her. She by no means needs a shout out from me. But coincidentally this morning, I was sitting down having my coffee, and as I've mentioned before, my mind gets going when certain issues pop up. And she posted a video. I did retweet it, and she was saying everything that I was thinking. I was making my notes, as I usually do. I didn't have my nice big notepad, so this had to do. And so I thought I better shout her out today. It's a lazy day today. I thought I'm just going to do a quick video. Not going to do a bunch of editing just because I want to get this out. Before I start, I do have my cup of tea. I purchased for myself this lovely David's Tea Advent Calendar, and I have been loving it so far. Today I am drinking, what was it called now? Was it Let It Snow? I can't even remember. But inside it has these cute little packages, and it came with one of their perfect size spoons, and each one of these comes out and it can be a little ornament should you like. My only, I don't know, pet peeve is the little packets of tea that are in here. The spoon doesn't fit in, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get into, Lord, I swear the internet has done popped off. People have lost their ever-loving minds. So, Jackie Aina made some tweets. I'm not going to go in with receipts and verbatim and all that stuff, but it essentially said, Why do white people not say excuse me? Not why do some white people not say excuse me. Not why do some people not say excuse me. Not this person didn't say excuse me today. It was why do white people, blanket statement, not say excuse me. I have a thick skin. I think there are a lot of snowflakes in the and my camera decided to die. But as I was saying, I do believe that there are a lot of people out there that they want to be offended. They want to be hurt, put down, up in their feels. I'm not one of those people generally. Generally, it is what it is. And I think why, I don't know, this situation kind of got under my skin is I was always raised that, well, first off, judging people isn't something you should do anyway. But if you are judging somebody, you're judging them on the content of their character. You're not judging them on their skin color, their religion, their looks, their beliefs, anything like that. To make a blanket statement, no matter who you are, no matter what color you are, race you are, religion you are, you don't get to make blanket statements like that. And I tweeted such. I replied, and my tweet has been used in a couple of drama videos, which, whatever. I stand behind what I tweet. I stand behind what I say. If somebody says, all white people this, all black people this, all Hispanic people this, it's racist. Anytime you are making a blanket statement grouping everybody of a certain group together and it's in a demeaning, derogatory way, you're coming off as superior or entitled. In my mind, that's racist. According to the definition in the dictionary, it's racist. There's people like, I don't even know how to get my point across. I was trying to debate it on Twitter, and some people just, they don't, I don't know. Maybe, you know what, I'll call this one convince me as well. I'm open to debate. I am open to hearing your perspective, your point of view. I'm open to being corrected. I'm open to learning. And to me, saying all white people don't say excuse me is the same as saying all Irishmen are drunk. And I'm part Irish, a little bit Irish. I'm not a drunk. You know, it's one of those things. You cannot just go around making these huge statements and painting everybody with the same brush. Like, it does not work that way. And I've made my notes. I am sick. It's that time of year. The boys come home sick from school and it goes through the house. But this tea is delicious, by the way. What really bothered me, though, is when you start talking race, there's no gray, and it's almost like if you think one way, you can't think another way, that type of thing. And I think what bothered me was people in the comments were wanting to fight hate with hate. So when I called Jackie Aina out and said, I believe this is racist, the comments I got back, none of them were mature, intelligent. Nobody wanted to educate. All the comments I got back, or the DMs I got back, were, you're stupid, your makeup sucks, you're effing ugly, get your old ass off the internet. That one was one of my favorites. I got called a racist because I called Jackie Aina out. People don't realize that I am not 100% white. I may present that way. I may be able to check the Caucasian box off on forms. I am not 100% Caucasian. Sorry. In fact, I believe it's more Eastern Asia, not Asia. East Indian, I think, is a lot of where my people come from. Anyway, that will be on an upcoming video. I will do the 23andMe DNA test. I don't like that that's okay. In one of Jackie Aina's responses to anybody who went against her, she's like, oh, you don't even get a job, you're just on the internet. Well, why are you implying that anybody who speaks out against you doesn't have a job? I know a lot of people that do have jobs. I have a job. Lots of people have jobs. Just because they speak out against you doesn't mean that they are living their life just to do that. Just because they make videos about you doesn't mean that you are their end-all be-all and that you are all they care about. I know you're very self-entitled. You portray that, I should say. I don't know you personally. I can't say that you are that. You come across as very self-entitled. You come across as someone who will not own up to mistakes or admit when they've made one. And I hate to do this to anyone, but I see a very, I don't know, a line that kind of draws similarities between Jackie Aina and the thou who shall not be named John Kuckian. Neither will apologize. They might put out a random tweet, Instagram post, whatever, but they will not own up to their mistakes. Both also seem to really love making videos where they say, oh, you don't know who this person is. In Jackie Aina's case, it was she's a YouTuber. She's a YouTuber of color. She has drama videos. And oh, by the way, here's a thumbnail of her exact video with the title on it, but you don't know who it is. Similar to how John Kuckian can go on a video and say, you don't know who I'm talking about, but this person, I was living with them for a while. They threatened to set the house on fire, all this crap. Everybody knows who you're talking about. Don't try to be slick. Don't try to be sly. If you've got the balls to call somebody out, call them out. Because either A, people are going to be like, hey, that's true. They're going to look it up, do their own research, and figure out it's true. Or they're, in both these cases, they're going to be able to say, here's the receipts, you're full of shit. That's how it is. Now, Jackie Aina came back with, because people brought up Penny Page, as they should have, I think. Somebody who does something repeatedly, kind of speaks to their character. Now this one is touchy, and Faith did I think Faith spoke about it a little bit, I'm not 100% sure. Now, Jackie brought up how Jeffree Star called her a rat, and brought up her not paying her taxes, or said she didn't pay her taxes, turned out she did. I think what gets hard, and especially when we are in this culture where everybody is so very sensitive about things, Jackie Aina was hurt by being called a rat. Rightfully so. But depending on where you're from, different words may have different meanings. For example, here, where I'm at, I have called people a rat, but that means they've ratted you out. They've tattletaled. It has a different meaning. It has nothing to do with color at all here if you call somebody a rat. It just means that they're going to rat you out, they're going to tell on you, snitch, whatever. So it's kind of, I'm not saying she doesn't have the right to be offended by that. Absolutely 100% she does. Because only you can control how you feel. And nobody can tell you how you should or shouldn't feel. So if she felt offended by that, she has every right to her feelings. I just think it's very hypocritical in Jackie Aina's case, though, to be one of these people that wants to be this voice, be empowering, but doing that in a way that you've got to beat somebody else down. You've got to put somebody else down. Because they called her out on her bad actions, she just switched that chapter over to, well, you support Jeffree Star. Well, this had nothing to do with Jeffree Star. This had to do with your comments you made about white people being rude. When, let's face it, everybody can be rude. It's a people thing. It's not a race thing. Also, in the responses to some of these tweets, I heard a lot of people saying, if it doesn't apply to you, then just keep scrolling. Go by. To which I replied, so if I see something going on that I perceive as racist, her saying a blanket statement about all white people being racist, does that mean then if I am walking down the street here in Alberta and I see somebody being racist towards a native, that I shouldn't stand up for that? Should I just turn a blind eye to that? If I see somebody talking derogatory or belittling somebody based on their race, should I just turn a blind eye and say, oh, I'm not involved. I'm just going to keep going because it doesn't involve me? Like, I don't understand the logic in that. Like, the way I was raised, you stand up for what you believe in. No matter what, you stand up for what you believe in. And you try to right wrongs. If I saw somebody being blatantly racist and yelling at somebody over it, rest assured I would be the first one stepping in going, slow your roll, because that is not cool. Now, there's also the whole debate, because I watched, there was another drama channel, I'm not going to say names, and I'm not going to lay all these like tiny little hints that you can figure out who it is. And this person actually said, but Jackie did apologize. She put out the Instagram. Really? I'm of the firm belief that if you're going to call somebody out on YouTube, you best be making that apology on YouTube. If I sat here and called out somebody, I don't know who I would call out. Rox. Hi, Rox. Say I said something horrible about Rox, and I use her as an example because I know she understands. And I spread it all over YouTube that, I don't know, something horrible. If I just like slid into her DMs after when it was proved I was wrong and just said, oops, sorry, that doesn't cut it. If I were to just post it on my Twitter or my Instagram where I have like next to no followers, that doesn't cut it. If you're going to put the energy into YouTube to make accusations, you better put the energy into YouTube to also apologize. There's also these people that said, well, you know, there's all this proof of Jeffree Star calling Jackie Aina a rat, and where's that energy? Keep the energy. Why aren't you calling out Jeffree Star? Well, the reason I'm not calling out Jeffree Star is, A, Jeffree Star made a whole apology video. B, I have not seen repeated same behavior. He was on videos using racial slurs, to which he apologized. I don't see him on video making racial slurs anymore. If I'm going to cancel somebody, I'm going to cancel them on proof. And please don't come in the comments and say, oh, David Scissorhands showed the proof. Really? Go to Metamorphosis Rock's channel and look how easy it is to fake a text message, because that was not proof. And it also didn't help matters when there was a drama channel saying, oh no, I sat there and I looked at them in person, and that turns out she didn't. So that did not help the validity of those receipts at all. And the whole evading taxes things, now that was a rumor. And I've seen countless different thoughts on that. I heard that Laura Lee is the one that had told Jeffree Star that, and Jeffree Star relayed it. In which case, bad on Jeffree Star for relating hearsay, but the person at fault would be the one that started the rumor, which would be Laura Lee, who, by the way, is not of color and was called out for racism quite extensively on YouTube, on Twitter, for brand deals, everything. I cancel on proof, on receipts, on things that are proven to be true. And with Jackie, I was subscribed to her. I quite enjoyed her content. I have friends of color that enjoyed her content. And there has been some negative energy towards people who are white, referring to white people as used Kleenexes, for example, or their shade to that of a used Kleenex. Not kosher. And it gets so touchy when you start talking about whether it be prejudice, racism, bigotry, anything like that, because people take different spins on different meanings and how they want to interpret things. Like, if you want to look from the oppression side of things, like, women have been oppressed, people of color have been oppressed. You can find some way to say just about anybody was oppressed, and do not take this as I am making light or taking anything away from what we know was horrible. I am not denying that there was huge issues there. As a woman, I know I have felt oppressed. I know that I have, well, for example, one of the last companies I worked for, I've mentioned before, I'm a geologist, a female geologist. We had hired a male geologist. I had over 10 plus industry experience. So not just geology experience, but oil field experience, over 10 years experience. And we had hired a male geologist, fresh out of school, had never set foot in the field. He had the book smarts, but not the real life smarts. He was paid more than me. He had more stock options than me. He got more vacation off the bat than me. He got way more leeway. One of our service companies, I was in charge of dealing with them, so they would bring logs. I don't want to go too technical. So they would bring their service to me, and it was my job to go over it, make sure it was good, the data was correct, the data was good, that type of thing. I was that point of contact. This person would come to the office with hockey tickets and go to the male geologists to take them to hockey games, would take them out for lunches, that type of thing, because I was female. So I have seen that. So there is absolutely 100% white privilege, but I think there's also male privilege, and that sucks, especially when you are in a male-dominant career like I was. I think there has to be a level of awareness when you are in the public eye. Jackie, Aina, even John Kuckian, they have large audiences on Twitter, YouTube, whatever their social media may be. You need to really think before you're putting out tweets. And like Jackie Aina, at first she was sticking to the no, white people are rude. And then she was trying to backpedal and say, I was just joking, but then she'd go back to they are. If you're going to make a stand, stick to it. Don't be shocked and alarmed when somebody, calls you out on it. But just be smart. I might have a day where, what's a good example? Say my husband is getting on my nerves. Which he doesn't. I have a great husband. But anyway, say he was getting on my nerves. If I were to tweet out, all husbands, or just even if take out the word all, husbands suck. That's just not smart. There's going to be people that are going to say, hey, my husband is awesome. There's going to be husbands that reply and say, what did I do? Because you can't make big statements like that. And it's degrees. Like, I know some people have said, like, you cannot bring up Jackie's tweets and then pull in petty page drama. There's different degrees. For me, it's just they're both character traits. And I think you can call people out on those. I think there's different degrees. A rumor is 1 degree. Having a lie that's like a felony and all this stuff put out to millions of viewers on YouTube is at a little bit different degree, in my opinion. And it comes down to, as well, like going back to the comments, I would like to have an intelligent debate. I live to debate. I love when I can be swayed. I love when I can see a different point of view. So I don't feel that all these Jackie stans that are coming out of the woodwork are helping matters at all by you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you're old, your makeup sucks, you're like, what is that contributing to the fight except nothing? And going back to the keeping the same energy, if you're going to stand for something, stand for something. I have cut ties with friends. I have cut ties with family because of racism. I am very vocal about racism. And I know that you have the right to speak on what you want to speak about, but Jackie Aina not addressing Two-Faced and the Rich Lives Matter cake is problematic in my mind. If personally, say I had a brand deal with Two-Faced. Now I wouldn't because I've spoken out. I don't like their products, but say I did. And I was an ambassador for them. They plastered my mug all over there, whatever. The minute I saw that cake, because my moral compass and I have to live with myself, I would have addressed it. I would have addressed it with Two-Faced. I would have addressed it with my viewers, because I think that my viewers would want to know my stand on it. I would also think that my viewers would respect me more having made that stand. I don't think that just saying I'm dealing with it on the side when you're a public figure necessarily is enough, in my opinion. If you're going to walk the walk, talk the talk, do it all. And if you're going to be on camera, again, if you're going to be on camera, yay, Two-Faced, you probably should be on camera going, whew, I do not agree at all with the cake that was on Instagram. And that's all it would take. And I find it very hypocritical that she is on Twitter telling people to humble herself. Read from your own book. All I'm going to say. This was just going to be a short little video. I have so much to do today. I've not been feeling well. I've had my medical issues. I just think that they're going into the next year. I would just wish for accountability more than anything. I don't think that everybody has to like everybody. In the perfect world, maybe, but accountability for your actions would be fabulous. If people mess up and they're able to say, whew, I messed up, my respect for that person is huge. It's when they try to bury it or deflect it, which, yeah. There needs to be accountability. And if people can't be accountable for themselves, maybe there needs to be some external factors. In John Kuckian's case especially, my mind can't wrap around how that man is still on YouTube. How what he has done has not broken some sort of code of conduct. I don't understand. You hear people losing their channels for next to no reason, but he can be out, well, like Jackie, I guess, accusing people of felonies, and no apology, no retraction on YouTube, and it's just swept under the rug. My voice is going, and I hope you guys have a very wonderful day. Don't forget, comment down below what highlighter you would like from Nady over at Pop Lux. I will be in contact with him to let him know that I will be announcing a winner so that he can ship that off, or I can pay for it first, of course, and he can ship it off. Yeah. Like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Definitely go check out Nady. Go check out Ready to Glare, because I love her so much. And yeah, have a great day. Thank you again to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I appreciate it so much. And I love you all. Bye.